Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we are back for a best of one Zendikar Rising draft. A rare is one of the dual lands, so we probably don't want to take that. Immediately I'm looking at like Merfolk Falconer, just a strong flying finisher. There's Rabid Bite, which is good green removal. It's also a wizard. It also works. I feel like a ton of different decks you can play this in, which is why I want to first pick it. It's also a 5 mana 4/4 flyer, which is just really good. But yeah, being able to kick and scry 2 is good. Being able to play this in a, is it Wizards deck is good. We have a Roiling Regrowth, which is great for landfall decks or multicolor decks. Relic Amulet for Wizards is very good. Kindiox for landfall. Cleric of Chill Depths for like party decks. Hellhound for landfall decks. Cleansing Wildfire. I've seen this used quite a few times in the landfall decks on their own lands, and it's actually kind of cool. I like that synergy. But yeah, first pick Falconer, I'm fine with that. All right, follow-up pick. Well, Fledgling is very strong. There is the Bubble Snare, which synergizes better with the Falconer. It might make more sense to pick something that is on color with our good first pick, and is also just very solid removal. So I'm kind of fine with that. I think Fledgling is exceptionally strong, but I think it makes more sense to take the Bubble Snare here and go for more like kicker synergy. You can also just play it in a Wizards deck too. It's not as good in a Wizards deck because you really want the instants and sorceries. You could take the Royal Mage because it's also a wizard. It has kicker. That's true. I think it's slightly less powerful than Bubble Snare. But I feel like taking the Royal Mage leaves you more open to playing both wizards and kicker. So it's not a bad choice there, but yeah, you know what? My gut actually says Royal Mage just because it leaves us more open to multiple archetypes. I don't know if that's right. We'll find out. So here in blue we have Negate and Deliberate, so that's not what we're looking for. Could take the Fissure Wizard. It's a third wizard pick. It's randomly just a good card. I like it. The strongest card in here is Veteran Adventurer, which would be fine for, in this deck, probably a 5 mana, 5/5 Vigilance, which is good, and then still works for like a Simic Kicker deck. So now I actually have to make the choice between Wizards or Simic Kicker. 5 mana 5/5 Vigilance is really tough to disregard. I think I'll take it. I'm going to take it over the Fissure Wizard and be okay with that. See if Kicker works out. Alright, so in blue, Field Research, which does have kicker, but I'm probably looking at like Gnarled Colony. This card's awesome. You can play it as a bear, also has kicker, so you can play it as a 5 mana 4/4 Trampler. There's a Reclaim the Waste in here too, but yeah, I'm fine with Gnarled Colony. It's a great card. No problems there. Okay, so in blue now, Diviner, which I guess randomly has synergy with Royal Mage and Falconer and Veteran Adventurer, actually. So we probably just take that. It's a flyer. This is Glacial Grasp, and Shadow's Verdict is cool. I actually like Zendikar more than most, I think. I think this card's underrated. Gets back here, spell lands too, which is kind of cool. Songbad Treachery is, I think, a good card too. I've lost to that a few times. I think it's an easy Diviner here. Okay, I like Blightblade. It's also Kite Sail, which is kind of cool with like a Veteran Adventurer or a Kicked Colony, but I think we just take the Blightblade and be happy. Good card. And not much to say. Death Touch is just good. Lets you fly over top. We've got some good flying stuff already. Reasonably, it's also good with Veteran Adventurer. Makes this even cheaper, so I don't know exactly what we're doing yet. If Simic Kicker doesn't work out, we might just do like some sort of party build. So this is better with Landfall. It does ramp us, which is nice. And it's an uncommon. Maybe it does make more sense to take the Regrowth over the second Blightblade. It's also Sky, or the Squid. You know what? We'll take the Regrowth. It's uncommon. It's a fairly powerful effect. Lets you just ramp into stuff. And like I said, if we splash something, we're happy to have it. I think we just take it. Alright, I like Random Duelist, I guess. There's Arbor Mage, though, for kicker value, so I suppose we probably take that. Might Rasa also has kicker value and synergy with Royal Mage, but this is also a wizard for Diviner synergy, which is kind of cool. Getting green wizards. So we'll just cut the green card here, I think. Be happy enough about that. No blue anymore, which is maybe means we might pivot here. We possibly are going to pivot. We're set up reasonably well for a party deck, so I could consider the Colossus, but I'm going to take the Survivor for now, I think, just to cut green. Silencer, black-green, counters, or party, or both. I don't know if cutting blue is going to work. It just seems like blue is not working, so I'm going to take the Silencer for now. Alright, Blood Beckoning. As much as I like Zendikar, Blood Beckoning getting back creatures is pretty awesome. And then some super late white, neither of which we really need. But white might be the thing we're looking for. Alright, Kazandu Mammoth is a great card. There's Moss-Pit Skeleton too. That's really good too. I'd probably just take the Mammoth though. Spell land that's just a 5/5 beater starting on turn 4. It's really good. It's going to be less good with this party deck, but let's just cut green. I think we'll figure out our second color. It might actually be white. Could actually be green-white landfall with some supplement. There's Rabid Bite in here too, which is good, obviously. And Pack Beast for the party deck is good. Obviously, I love Moss-Pit Skeleton, but yeah, we'll take the Mammoth. I think that's the wisest pick. Okay, well, we can take Jerboa here. You know, I never get to play this card either. White was just so open. Unless am I going to stick with the blue plan and just supplement? It really got cut hard. It dried up really fast. Remember, these were our first 2 picks, and then we saw one more blue card. I'm going to take the Jerboa. White was super open, and Selesnya Landfall is a plan I'm kind of fine with, especially now that we have the regrowth. Yeah, I like that. Taking it over Sajiri Shelter, is that right? Sajiri Shelter is a great card. But Jerboa is one of the better landfall payoffs, I think. Soaring Thought Thief. Well, that card's good. Probably take the Baloth here. More landfall. And let's see if maybe we can not get distracted and piece this deck together. I think we can. It depends on how much landfall we get past. But for now, I'm happy to take landfall. So I can take a random Visionary. It's good. There's a Geyser Mage in here. But I think we're going to get hooked up with white in pack 3, I feel like. I mean, there is a landfall card in Nectar Pot. It's true. It's not a very good card. You know, people have been saying I'm underrating Visionary, so let's take it. Another Soaring Thought Thief, really. So we can take Reclaim the Wastes. It's good with landfall. Banneret's not bad with landfall either. It's just a random team pumper. More of a warrior card, but all right, we'll take the Reclaim, I think. So Valakut Awakening I actually kind of like, but it seems odd on the splash. Probably take the Nectar Pot, buy ourselves some time. Quite the weird deck going on here. So we can take Dauntless Unity rather. We already have one. 11 creatures, which is good. But we need a little more. And then black is flowing now. Take the Vanquish, I guess. Got the Skeleton back. And then white was dried up. Well, there's no green other than the skeleton, so we'll take that. Got the shelter back though. This is a very odd draft. Shelter should never go that late. I thought white was open after pack 1. I think it was. There just maybe wasn't good white opens that pack. This has been a very, very odd draft. I feel like I've been getting some very mixed signals. But I think I have to commit to something, and I still kind of want to commit to Selesnya Landfall. But we're basically banking on getting the white out of pack 3. We did pass that Fledgling Griffin for... What did I pass that for? No, it wasn't the Veteran Adventurer. I think, was it a blue card? Can't remember. Maybe it was the Royal Mage. So late black now. I guess we can take Zoff Consumption. Kind of... Alright, Nectar Pot. I think we just take our safe picks for now. A lot of late black. Mucklord, because if I do end up green-black, I would prefer to have the... And then black's flowing. Well, alright, Scavenger is the reason that we needed to be in black. So we're going to opt out of white here. And take the Scavenger, which is just nuts, regardless of if you're milling your opponent or not. Just a game winner, so we'll take it. And we'll be green-black tokens, which is fine, actually. It's a good deck. One of my favorite archetypes. We're on Reef Ooze. This is like one of the best cards you can get for this deck. The only sad thing is we haven't kind of been dedicated building towards it the whole time, but I don't actually think it matters. It's just exceptionally strong. Alright, so Feed the Swarm. We can take good removal. We have 15 creatures. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Take Feed the Swarm. I don't know if we need to reclaim the wastes anymore, but can consider it. I don't think we need to splash. We're probably going to end up with enough playables, I think. I like where we're at. I want to replace the Nectar Pots. I basically just took them to cut green. I'd like to upgrade the Brute too. So we have a few cards in here I wouldn't mind upgrading, but I'm not unhappy with where we're at. And then we're immediately past a Grakma and rewarded for going down this path. Well, the nice thing is I feel like we stayed open enough this whole draft where we're just getting rewarded now with really awesome stuff. I'll just take the Predation here. It's like a free spell. I mean, Scale of Heights does have synergy for the deck, but I don't think I'm excited enough by it to take it. I can play the Nectar Pots if I really, really want to. So I think we just take Survivor here. There's a Blightblade which has Death Touch and Skydancer which flies, but Survivor when you've got Ooze and Skeleton, Scavenger, Grakma. I mean, we've just got multiple synergies to make that worth our time. So we could take Stomper. We have some good spell lands. There's Oblivion's Hunger too, which is definitely good in the deck that has a bunch of counter stuff. Do we need a Stomper, I guess, is the question. The spell lands we have aren't like nuts. We do have the rare one. You know what? I'll take the Hunger here. I feel like we have a lot of creatures, so won't get punished by this. I actually really like Blood Priest, but we're not going to end up with a ton of different class cards, although maybe we will have enough where it's still worth it. I mean, if you're ever playing this as a 2-mana 2/1 that drains 2, that's good value. Probably just take it. It's not even like... I'm happy to upgrade a Nectar Pot with it. I'd rather drain 2. There's a Kite Sail I guess we could have taken. I mean, this is the Mucklord deck, so we definitely take that. Broken Wings. Well, we're not sideboarding, so actually it's probably the Kite Sail. Take another Vanquish. Yeah. Cleric makes sense. Win encounters, play counters that counters spells. Last pick Sky Dancer. What an odd draft, but the deck actually came together pretty smoothly. So we don't have to count Zoff Consumption as a, just count that as a land. Predation we can count as a land, and Mammoth we're going to count as a spell. So I think the Nectar Pots can go. They're just easy cuts. We're at 19 creatures, so can easily cut 4 creatures. It's probably like a Brute, just because it is kind of cool with Veteran Adventurer, actually, and I guess it's good with the Blood Priest, but for now it's an easy cut. So we're up to 14 lands. I think I can get away with 17. Yeah, I don't even think we're doing Reclaim the Waste, because we already have Regrowth, which I like more, especially with our landfall. So 2 more cuts and we've got ourselves a deck. Sounds good. Seems good even. So I actually like Kite Sail quite a bit. I think Sky Dancer can probably go. It's just random flash blocker. Not that it's bad. It's actually kind of good. But I feel like we've got better things going on here. Arbor Mage can randomly just eat stuff, which I do think is good. Like, you slap that on a Baloth with Landfall, you just randomly get a 2-for-1. One more cut. It's probably a creature. It could still be the Arbor Mage. Or it could be the Visionary. Even though people tell me I'm not playing the Visionary enough. I like Visionary. I feel like we probably don't need it. It just feels like a card that you can cut and not be unhappy cutting. Whereas Arbor Mage, I'm probably happy to cut it too, but that ability can randomly be insane. Like, this ability can win the game. You're on a stalemated board. Okay, everybody block my Blight Blade and all the rest of my guys get in. So effects that are potentially powerful like that are also modular, where you can play this as a 3-mana 2/3 in a pinch, I think that's good. This deck looks good. It looks really good. I like it. A lot of 3-drops, which I don't love, but I guess Mammoth in a pinch can be a land. Yeah, it's a cool deck. Cool. What do we got? Dead even. We already have 2 black. We have double black necessary for Scavenger. Double green for Mammoth. I think we're going to err slightly towards green because we have the Roiling Regrowth. Then again, we need the double black if we ever want to play Zoff Consumption. So maybe the extra black is better. I'm not sure. I mean, if I had a choice between playing a turn 3 Scavenger or a turn 3 Mammoth, I mean, Mammoth ends the game faster, but this card is just so insane. It'd probably be Scavenger, so I guess we'll err towards black. This deck's sweet. Really good deck. Alright, we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. Alright, round 1, we're on the play. I think we mull this. We've only got black lands and all green spells. So we probably need to do better. This hand's great. This hand is just great. I'm not even sure what we cut, actually. I guess it's the Blood Priest. I don't want to, but especially since we have a Blight Blade. And I could go like I could cut the Vanquish. Like going Blightblade into Blood Priest, that's a quick clock into Oron Refuse. Alright, maybe I do cut the Vanquish. That's a little bit risky, but especially on the play, like this is an aggressive start. This is a very aggressive start. We get them down 3 life on turn 2, and we have 2 creatures on board. They're playing like Landfall or something. So now, like, turn 3, they're at 14. We have an Oron Reef Ooze. I'm going to pump the Ooze. They kind of have to deal with it, like, right now, or it's not going to look pretty for them. They have to kill that, like, right now. So I could do Predation. Could play the Predation. I think we do, actually. It seems a bit strange, though, doesn't it? Alright, never mind. As much as I want to, I think it makes more sense to do this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because it also lets us follow up with this, a 4/3 Scavenger next turn. Yeah, you know what? I could play the Mospit Skeleton here, too. I'm 1 land away from getting a 5/5 that gets boosted by the Ooze. But since they're at 9 life, I think we just play it. It also comes back randomly later. Yeah, we just play it. And then they're just toast. Oron Reef Ooze is such a dirt card. So, oh yeah, I forgot. We're not in best of 3, best of 1. So we'll see you in game 2. All right, game 2. We can definitely keep this hand. Predation into Colony. Oh, we don't even have to do the Predation now. I might still do Predation. Yeah, probably will. I want to get that turn 3 Scavenger. Alright, so we'll play the Colony to go tit for tat with that. Alright. That's fine. Take 2. So we can drop the turn 3 Scavenger, or we can do the Mucklord. They're in removal colors. Scavenger is currently only a 1/3, so I guess that I'm actually going to just attack for 2 here. Play the Mucklord and pass. I want to get through some removal, if possible. It's a lot of Angel Heart Protectors. Okay. Roiling Regrowth is cool, but for now we'll just do the Scavenger and then pass. I guess we can get in with a Colony, actually. Alright. Should have actually attacked first, because they might have traded, but we'll see. Kind of looking like a party deck if they're running the Pack Beast. We have the means in our deck to get Scavenger back too, so even if they kill this here, which they did, we're still in good shape. It's a good trade for us. It's nice to see Mucklord do something. Alright, Survivor is also good, so we'll get in with the Colony, play the Survivor, leave up Vanquish. And Regrowth, I guess, too. I can save regrowth for a landfall thing, but this is fine. Kind of fine making this trade too. Alright, feed is not bad here actually. We'll probably do the deck thinning with Roiling Regrowth at this point. Alright. I don't know why they kicked it, but I'm okay with that. So I don't have to do this. The reason I'm doing this is basically because I'm deck thinning. Like, we have the landfall, like I said, so I don't have to do this, but it's fine. Alright, so we'll have to kill that and eat up a lot of our life in the process, but that's what we have to feed the swarm for, so hopefully their last card's not a roiling or royal eruption. Alright, Farsight Adept's kind of good for us. Yeah, we got Vanquish too. Cool. Oops. I may want to keep this Survivor back. There's Hasty Shatterskull Minotaur that kills me. But the problem is... Yeah, the problem is it's the difference between lethal next turn and... Well... Yeah, so the reason I want to deal 4 here is it makes our Arbor Mage lethal, which means if they play like a chump blocker, it's going to force them to block the Arbor Mage. I do die to like a Shatterskull Minotaur here or whatever, but I'm going to go for it. Alright, cool. We got there. We'll see you for the next one. Alright, definitely keeping this, and I think we will play this off consumption. I need the second green for this Mammoth. I guess it depends. If we draw a land... but we're on the play. Alright, I'll play this off consumption. I don't have to, but we'll do it. Alright. So at least we can go, at worst, Arbor Mage into Canopy Baloth. But now we can go Mammoth, which is really good. Because Mammoth is just beat down. Alright. Kite sail. Okay. So we're gonna be able to win this race currently. And for 5, and then we drop the Baloth and pass. Next turn we can get in for 11. Oh, the apparition's gonna get us pretty good. It's a nice rare to have. Definitely. Super powered rare. Alright, well. So I can do Arbor Mage next turn. And possibly eat the Apparition if I leave Mammoth back this turn, but not really because they have 3 warriors, so they can get by my Mammoth. So I guess that means we get in for 5, and then we drop we just drop the Arbor Mage. We have removal in here to deal with Apparition. Apparition is just nuts for a warrior deck, though. Just super nuts. Let's see, they'll have close to lethal here. Guess I could have left the Mammoth or kept the Arbor Mage back. Might have been smarter. Although they still can't make the Veteran Adventurer not able to block. They could have removal for it, like a Nahiri's Binding. I guess that's true, but actually I think attacking with the Arbor Mage is fine either way, because Vanguard, if they have Nahiri's Binding, it doesn't matter if I leave the Arbor Mage back. So they'll deal 3 to us. Technically still not lethal. But unfortunately, we don't exactly have lethal either. So now they have a on a. Oh, I guess they just have a stat. Okay. Well, they got us. It was a close one. But they had the right combination of cards there to get us. So, all right. Yeah, like I said, that's probably the best possible archetype you could have for Skyclave Apparition. Just get a 2/2 plus eat any blocker. That's insane. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, this is a great hand. Survivor into Mammoth. I like that. Got the removal too. Regrowth is going to be insane with Mammoth as well. Oh, okay, okay. Let's do the Mammoth. Hopefully they don't immediately kill it. If they don't immediately kill it, we're looking good. Alright. Let's see if they block. Oh, we got them good here. All right. So they can. Oh. All right. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. We have the Blood Beckoning. So we can do the Ooze on the Mammoth and smash for 6. Or we just vanquish the Electromancer. Should probably do. And then get in for 5. And this way we can Blood Beckoning and get our dudes back. At least get a little card advantage going next turn. Seems good. Cleric of Chill Depths. Was not expecting that one. So I suppose we actually do the Ron Reef Ooze here. Because just, if they kill that, I just get my Mammoth and my Ooze back, and I feel like we're sitting pretty. And Ooze is just so nuts. I could have fed the Swarm on that Cleric. But now I'm just going to do it on the Seer instead. We got 1 card left, yeah. Oh, Vanquish too, huh? Yeah, I think actually Vanquish is probably better. So I could have fed the Swarm on the Cleric. That might have actually been better. Surprised they took that, honestly. Alright, I'm going to feed the Swarm it. Surprised they didn't block. The only reason I did this is it just puts the clock so much faster on them. I think if I were them, I would have blocked there too. Wow, and then we just rip a Scavenger. That's pretty nuts. Ooze is just so insane. Or how about a 3-mana 3/3 flying Death Touch Lifelink? Channeler, which is currently not good enough. If we rip a land, I think they just die. Even if they don't rip a land, yeah. This is just unfair. Alright. We'll see you for the next one. Alright. Opponent is going first. I still think we mulligan. We have 4 lands, 2 spells that require green, and something that you want mid to late. It's just weak enough of a hand where we mull. This one, on the other hand, is good. And we probably ditch like probably like a Mucklord, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. This way we can still get Blood Beckoning value at some point. Play the Blightblade for now. Get that Death Touch online. Opponent's lands are sweet. That was an insane draw. Because Oran Reef Ooze is pretty nuts. So they're going to eat our dude. And then we'll drop either a Ooze or a Scavenger. Probably the Ooze, I guess. Well, I guess I can't drop Scavenger anyway, so we'll do the Ooze. Yeah, these old school lands are sweet. Alright, so they kill our dude. Get in for 3. Got the land, so we can get those back, but I think we're actually going to play this first. Does not make the best use of mana, but getting the lifelinker that flies on the board seems good. Alright, we'll take 2. That's cool. So for 2. Best use of mana is the Blood Beckoning. It sets us back a little bit, but lets us make a bigger play next turn. But I think I'm actually going to play the Mammoth here. Basically because it makes them tap their Duelist to get in with the Infiltrator. It gives us another threat on board. It keeps their Skulker back. Do they have any creatures in their graveyard? Not yet. I can get it back though too, which is good. Another Infiltrator, alright. So unfortunately they had the removal, but we have the Blood Beckoning to get it back, so we'll probably do that. I want to feed the Swarm that Infiltrator. But for now, we'll just get our big threats back, I think. So we get back the Ooze and the Scavenger. And we'll leave the Mammoth back. So if I rip a land, I could potentially go Scavenger, feed the Swarm, but I don't know if I can do that anymore. So now we can do let's see, make those, so they have 7. So guess I can go Scavenger to make those unblockable. Alright, I think we have to do this. Although we maybe have to do the Scavenger to block the Shade, but then they can replay it bigger. I think this is probably our only shot of possibly living another turn. Alright, we'll see for the next one. Alright, we're on the play. 2 black mana. A couple green spells, Mucklord. I really don't like this hand. Blood Beckoning's late. I don't need this. It was debatable, but I didn't like it. Keep this one though, and we'll probably ditch the Vanquish again. As much as I like Vanquish, it just, to me, it makes more sense to go like Moss Pit, Skeleton, maybe into Survivor if I trade it off early. No, I think we just go Survivor into Blood Priest. Get a couple threats online. I like it this way better. Oh, 2 can play at this Blood Priest game, huh? That's fine. We'll do the... I guess I can't kick that next turn anyway, so alright. We'll do the Blood Priest first and then attack with the Survivor. It's fine. So if we draw the land, we don't have to play the Consumption. If we don't draw the land, I probably play the Consumption, so I get that guaranteed turn 5/5/5. Black Bloom Rogue. It's pretty good, actually. Feed the Swarm is good too, though. So we'll do the Consumption. I'm gonna eat the Rogue. Get in for 4 here. Happy to make this trade. Would prefer them to trade with the Blood Priest, actually, but either one's fine. Just because we have the Blood Beckoning, so we could get it back at some point, but it doesn't matter. Alright, Electromancer on a blank board isn't so bad. Kite Sail's pretty awesome with Mospit Skeleton, so we'll attack first, see if they trade. If not, we'll drop the skeleton. They kill it, can get it back with some of the, quite a few spells in our deck can get it back. Alright, so they kill our skeleton. So now we can't trade 6 for 2, so we keep the Blood Priest back, play the Blightblade 2, we pass. And basically we're just waiting for +1/+1 counters to bring that skeleton back. Alright, they got rid of our Kite Sail, not a huge deal. Unfortunately the Scavenger would have been a nice draw, but that's okay. Crawling Barrens is going to be a big problem too, so they've got a... They basically just rolled out a bunch of stuff, and they didn't discard that, so they even have another spell left, so that's definitely a little bit scary. And we have to worry about Crawling Barrens too, so... Alright, Mucklord. Not the sexiest on an empty board, but better than just a straight land draw, I guess. So, Blood Beckoning now... Did we put Blood Beckoning on the bottom? I don't think we did. Oh, good. So we'll just get back our Nutso. Definitely getting Scavenger back. Second one is probably... It's probably just Mospit Skeleton. It's tough to go wrong with that. So we probably have to take 4 from the Hellion. Right. Gnarlid Colony, sweet too. But let's do the skeleton first here. See if they have an answer for it. Alright. Got 6 cards in our yard. So we'll do this Scavenger here. So they currently have Wizard. They can drain us for 3. Fine. Can activate the Crawling Barrens, but we're still looking pretty good. So, alright, let's get in with Scavenger here to gain life. And drop a colony. So we'll see how they attack. If they just attack with the Crawling Barrens, we can double block it and feel pretty good, I think. They attack with everything, we have profitable blocks, so that's fine too. So block there, block here, or block here, and then we block here, I guess. We got Subtle Strike mana, but not much we can do against that. Alright. Still not dead. Close though. So we'll put it on the Scavenger. Go to 2. But I'm going to gain 5. So I'm going to go to 7. Unless their last card's a removal, but if it's not, then then we're good. Alright, so wait, are they just dead? How about I just get in for 14? Kill them. Sounds good. Seems good. Alright, we'll see you for the next one. Alright, this is definitely a keep. Very nice hand. Survivor into Grakmaw is pretty sweet. Alright, Stalker. Suppose we can kill that at some point. Rockslide Sorcerer. Well, kind of want to kill that. That thing is typically pretty scary. I also want to play the Baloth here, to be honest, but I think for now we just... Do I give them a turn of Rockslide Sorcerer? I don't think so. I think we just have to kill it. I don't like it. Taking 4 especially, but we're going to do it. Alright. Bug catcher too. Right. So they can get in with the Stalker, but they don't, which is interesting. We'll get in with the Ravager here. It's a good trade for us. The Wizard off their board and net a 3/3. I like that. Still going to play the land. You know, it's a little bit of a miss on the landfall right now. It's not a big deal. Surprised they didn't attack with the Stalker. Alright, so they can kick our token. It's fine. Like, I think we still got pretty good value out of that. So, Veteran Adventure is a great draw. Do they even have a good block here? No, they don't. So, get in for 6. Play the Adventure. The 5/5 Vigilance. Currently they can pump Stalker. Let's see. They have a Warrior Rogue, so they can pump it a few times. I suppose. So Ooze is pretty nuts too, actually. I think we actually, let's see, we got 6. Yeah, we just go Mammoth. Getting in with all these. Actually threatens lethal too, so they have to block. They don't really have great blocks. They double block anything, it's still a 2-for-1. And then we get to go Mucklord plus Ooze, which is pretty sweet. I mean, they can double block something, kill it, and draw, but we're getting 2 bodies off the board. And we're also making the Stalker less good. They might just chump to draw, which isn't a bad idea. Yeah. But they don't know what we're following up with, so I think that's where we're going to be looking pretty slick here. So pump the Ooze and then play a Mucklord. So now we've got just a boatload of creatures, and they've got to do some serious blocks here to stay alive. So we'll just smash with everything here. So they can pump Stalker if they want. They can pump it. Let's see, it's 3 cheaper, so they can pump it twice. Stalker gets really insane in situations like this. They could technically eat our Mucklord, but then I'm just going to pump something. Yeah, like now I can just pump my Adventurer, I guess. Follow up with another Mucklord. I mean, that block makes the most sense because they get like a free, they get to keep their Stalker, but I mean, they've just got a lot of lethal stuff. Okay. That worked out pretty well for him, actually. I mean, we still were so far ahead on the board that... Oh, wow. They had a ton of stuff. They ended up with just a ton of stuff. Oh, we would have killed them with that Blood Priest. So, yeah, that ended up actually absolutely bonkers well for them. We're still in good board position because our board position was so good, but they had just an absolute insane combination of cards there. So, guess that we just smash with everything here. So they have 8 mana. Oh, they forgot to pump their... They screwed up. They forgot to pump their Stalker. I think they could have pumped it 3 times too, but... Alright, we'll see for the next one. Alright, so we've got a good keep here. Yeah, this hand is really good. Probably doing the Ooze first, I guess. We'll see. We're going to play the Predation. Survivor is good. Green, blue. Alright. We'll play the Ooze, see if they have an answer for it. Kind of have to answer it like right away. Alright. So if they double block, we just kill their dude and sitting pretty. Get a 2-for-1 if they double block. Yeah, they kind of have to because, I mean, they could just take it, I guess. And then we'll just follow up with a... I mean, a scavenger here is just nuts, so... I suppose so. Wall Mage is familiar. Regrowth is sweet too. We're just going to take it. So we'll follow up with just huge fatty. It's going to only grow fatter. We're also just getting them into Zoff consumption range here, so... Sure. Good. Even got the blood beckoning. So just huge team of fatties here. They finally decided to block, which makes sense. They're just blocking with everything. So guess what, we order it like this. And we'll vanquish the Sentinel. And then they're legitimately just in Zoff consumption range at this point, so we rip a land and they're just dead. Alright. We're on Refuse is so good. We'll see you for the next one. Let's hand I'd say all black mana and all green spells. I think we probably have to maul. We don't have to, but I'm going to. This hand I'll keep. We have the same problem as before, but at least we have Oran Refuse. So maybe cut the could cut the Baloth actually. That way, if I do rip a green land, I can stick a kite sail on it, and at least I've got like a flying thing that grows every turn. Alright, well, I think we're going to drop the Scavenger to trade with the champion so we don't get Omega Swarmed here. We have the means to get it back and probably don't want to be taking 4 every turn. So just play a Mucklord and pass. Okay. Utility knife. Nobody expects a utility knife. Alright, so now I guess that we just play a kite sail and just sit there. Kind of twiddle the thumbs a little bit here. Guess I didn't have to play the kite sail, but maybe I'll make them think I've got... This would be a situation where Subtle Strike would be nuts. But didn't really matter either way. So we'll take 1 billion damage and basically have no possible way to recover from this next turn, regardless of what I draw. Alright, well, another black land certainly doesn't do it. Overall, pretty happy with how our deck performed. We did really good. Ended up getting 6 wins with this deck, so I'm pretty thrilled about that. Good loots. Always happy to get good loots. Always want those profitable loots. So, hope you enjoyed it. Our deck was absolutely bonkers. Played really well. We'll see you for the next one.